Welcome to this tutorial for Start Events. Today I'm going to show you our new sponsor and vendor CRM. So you'll start by logging into your account. And then you'll see all of your current events. You'll notice that I don't have any current events because I still need to copy my events to this year, but that's okay. We're going to look at past events today, and we're going to look at the Old Town Renaissance Fair. All right, so you need to select from the sidebar menu. You're going to go to sponsors, and then you'll see our sponsor and vendor CRM. All right, so the first thing you'll notice is we've got some tracking at the top, so you can track how many prospects you have, how many are interested, how many are sold from your sponsors, how many are sold from your vendors. You can also look at your renewal rate for your sponsors, which is really nice. And then you can also see how many are not interested. You can look at this for all years, or you can look at this for any of your event years. So you can select which one you want. We'll just keep looking at 2025 for now. And then if you have a goal that you want to add, you can do that. So you can decide if you want to do a revenue goal or if you want to do a quantity goal. So maybe you want to hit a certain number of sponsors or vendors. So, and maybe you do a quarterly, for example. So Q1 vendors, and you have a quantity, and maybe you want to get 10 vendors this quarter. Or maybe it's a monthly goal. Whatever makes the most sense for your event and what you're doing, you can customize these goals for what you need. So go ahead and hit Save Goal. And now we've got the goal here, and it will track your progress towards it. And then, of course, if you change the goal or if you want to put in new goals, you can delete them by clicking this trash icon. So that's the goals. And now we'll go over this table where you can kind of see all of your prospects. So to start, you need to add a prospect. So you're going to click this Add Prospect button. And then you'll fill out all of this information. You can do either email or phone or both. And then if this is a sponsor contact, you're going to select sponsor. If it's a vendor contact, you can hit vendor. And then if it's assigned to a specific person on your team to do the outreach, you can select that person here, or you can leave it unassigned. Up to you. All right, once you've got that all updated, go ahead and hit save. And now you'll notice that we've got one contact down here, and we've got, this is updated now to be one. And then you can sort this table by type. So you can sort it by sponsors or vendors. You can sort it by status. So if you only want to look at cold prospects, if you want to look at interested prospects, pending prospects, sold prospects, etc., you can look at all of those different prospects. You can filter by unassigned, or if once you start having users who are assigned to specific leads, then you can also filter to just see their leads. You can also search from this search bar here. All right, when you click on a prospect, you'll see all of the contact information that we created when we added the contact. You can go ahead and edit that if you need to here. You can also see which event years this contact is associated with. You can update that here. You can adjust the status here to whatever, so maybe they're interested now. You've had a conversation, they're interested. You can look at the history of this contact and its status, which is nice. Since this is a sponsor lead, you can link it to a specific sponsor, and that will help you track your revenue from the sponsor, right? So that's really handy that that's all integrated. You can add notes for the company. So if you have multiple contacts for Parker Orthodontics, this is just for all. These are notes about the company and it will be visible across all the contacts. If there's something particular for this contact, you can add a note specific to this contact. So it's a really nice way to stay organized and make sure that you have the information you need to really build these relationships and keep them going. You can also send an email directly from here, so you don't have to copy the email address and open your own email and get going. You can just send it right here, and you can even send yourself a copy. So that's really handy. It's connected with our mass mailer. So any email that you have associated with our mass mailer, you can add here. If you need to add an email, just do that from our mass mailing tool. All right. And then the last thing that you can do that's very cool is you can add tasks that are connected to this contact. And it will go on your checklist. And so you'll get a reminder for the due date. You can just add the task and you can assign it to yourself, or it can be assigned just to this contact. So that's really handy. And you can, once you open the checklist, you can go in and add due dates and all of that. So it's really a handy tool, so you can make sure that nothing is falling through the cracks, and it's connected with all of our other tools here, as you can see. So you can really do a lot and make sure that your sponsor and vendor program is successful. All right, if we go back to the CRM, you'll notice that now we have one interested, so that's great. And then, yeah, so that's the tool. It's really robust. You can really do a lot with it. It can really help streamline and keep you organized. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good one.